Hey everybody, welcome back to the dungeon, also known as my channel, Pennsylvania Rock Hunter. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Since I finally got everything settled the way I want it, and I've gotten some tools that I've desperately needed, I think it's about high time for a really good shop tour. And maybe I'll throw a little bit of safety in along with it, because when it comes to tools and power tools and saws and everything else, you got to be safe. And yeah, we've got some tools. They almost all have blades, you know, in this hobby. I don't have my field tools with me down here, but you know, the hammers and the chisels and everything, you gotta have safety glasses, and I would recommend wearing gloves, even though I don't. You know, but that was explained in an earlier video. But yeah, I would like to show you my shop the way I have it set up now. If you guys remember my short, quick and easy little shop tour that I did before, it was kind of in a little bit of a disarray, but it worked. But now I believe that it works a lot more efficiently. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. So we're going to move on over to the first tool, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back. And before I get started with the first tool and proceed through all of them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go tool by tool by tool and talk a little bit about each one, you know, and go from there, you know, explain a little bit about each one. Try not to bore you too terribly much, but what I'd like to do is, after I'm done talking about all the tools and everything, I'd like to sit down and have a little chat with you guys about safety. Because at the end of the day, safety is one of the #1 things we all have to be careful about. It's very, very critical that we're safe. I've worked in places where safety has, or lack of safety has, pretty much almost cost people their lives. I've seen people lose limbs, and tools in our shops could potentially do that. So we'll save the safety stuff for the end. But yeah, let's get started on this first tool, shall we? Alrighty, let's flip you around here. And right here we got my 12-inch slab saw. Got her loaded up with a piece of some Moroccan sea agate. There's my Covington Gold 12-inch blade. Got some mineral oil down in there. God, does this thing need a bath. Phew, she's messy. But that's okay, because that just means she's getting used. Got some bits and chunks of pieces of rock up here, of stuff that just kind of chipped off. Clamp. Yeah, that clamp does devil's work, that's for sure. It definitely holds them rocks in place, because that puppy ain't going nowhere. Down here we got the old bucket of kitty litter and my little rag for wiping my fingers off, and a plethora of rocks that I really need to clean out of here, because I've been too lazy to do it, and I really need to, because I'm running out of room to put slabs. Junk. Got a slab of some black skinned agate there. What else do we got in here? Some mystery rock from Lake Erie. Where'd that piece go that I just tossed? Anyways, here's a slab of some leopard skin rhyolite. For those that don't have one of these, you use it to cut a nice slab of material. And after I get a slab, I throw it down in the kitty litter down there. And once it soaks up all the oil, I'll bring it over here, pick a stencil to put on it, slap that stencil on there, draw it on with the Sharpie, you know, and then I'll bring it over here to my next tool, my Graves cab mate. Oh, and I have a saw here, or a fan, not a saw, a fan to blow any extra oil mist that might be hanging around if I don't wait quite long enough for the mist to settle back down, because you really don't want to be breathing that stuff, because it's really not good for you. But I'll bring it over here to my Graves cab mate. Wonderful tool. She's an oldie, but she's a goodie. Got a little place to put water at up here. Got the nice tube running down to this piece of cloth, and that drips water onto the blade right here, a little 6-inch blade, and you'll see this little diamond wheel. Talk about that here in a second. Once I get the stencil drawn on to here, what I'll do is I'll rough cut the shape with this, and this blade is so paper thin, it's so flexible, but it's that way for a reason. It's a trim saw. And then if I really want to refine it, I'll bring it over to this saw. We got us a Griffin Diamond bandsaw, which most people would use this for glass. Depending on the material, like a rhyolite like this, I would use this saw for. It's got a really thin blade on it. It's super bendy, but it comes in handy for cutting real fine lines or curves in a stone. I really like using it. Got a little reservoir for water, but it works. She's an oldie too. That's another old tool, probably 60s or 70s. I have no idea how old it is, but it works. I had to put a little lid from an old container underneath it to catch water that flies out, because, well, it doesn't hold the water that comes spurting out the top up here. But I'll cut a little closer to the lines and everything, or any bends in a pattern, like if I want to cut a heart shape or whatever the case may be. And then if I want to rough shape a cab, I'll put this puppy on here, because that's what it's designed for. I'll take the blade off, of course, but if anybody has any 6-inch wheels that they want to get rid of, or they have extras, I'm willing to take them. I think they're 6 by 1.5, crossing my fingers. And I can do some shaping on here, which is really nice. Just got to take them off, or change them out in between grits. I'm not sure what the grit is on that. It's pretty aggressive though. It'll take a stone down pretty quick. But once I'm done doing that, I'll come over here. Now I have all of my slant cover pads or laps over here. Got my 80 grit, my 180, my 325, my 600, my 1200, and then I got my 14,000 diamond paste right here for the final polish. I just finished a cabochon the other day. Got my water bucket. Still got some water in it, but I keep a towel over it to keep dirt and dust out of it. This box here got all kind of goodies in it. Got some labradorite, some Moroccan seam agate, some real nice quartz with rutile in it. Here's a piece of that labradorite. It's got some nice flash to it if the light catches it just right. Got some crazy lace agate, nice thick chunk. That's going to look nice whenever I get it cabbed up. But I've been doing a bunch of cabbing lately, so there's that. But yeah, this thing right here, that's been my bread and butter for the last couple months, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Again, this is all my cabochon patterns that I have for now, till I can afford to get some more. And we got my toolbox. Get my cell phone out of the way. Got all kind of tools in here. Got some dental picks and stuff. Got some sanding tubes for different things and whatnot. Oop, knocked those over. Got some tools down in here for different things. Got some wax for my dot pot. It's hiding over here for doing cabochons. This is my next one that I'm putting on a dop stick. That's going to be a fun one. A little bit of oh, that's pretty. Oh, I love that stone. That's going to be a fun one. That's some Graveyard Point Regency. Got some rocks back here too. Don't ask about the sticks. That's just something that I thought of was going to work, but it didn't. Got some shale back here with fossils in it. Bunch of calcite. Got massive calcite, got banded calcite. A little bit of everything back here. But yeah, got more tools in here. Got some jump rings for doing pendants. Got my little pocket knife from Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. Put my name on it. Oh, in case I've not mentioned it, my name's Jason. Here I am, what, 10 videos in already? This will be number 11. I don't think I've mentioned my name. I'm Jason. Nice to meet you. But, yeah, some little gemstone grabbers. These things are fun. If I drop a tool or whatever, I can just grab a hold of it and whatnot. Got a piece of Indian ruby right there, which is gorgeous. Plan on setting that one day. Up here we got all my glues. Got some Gorilla Glue, got some Starbond CA glue. This beautiful material still sitting up here. Got my old diamond pads. Got my old flashlights that don't work anymore that I need to throw away. But then we got my new flashlights. Got this little puppy that's rechargeable and very bright. That works really nice. Just kind of hangs out there. Then I got me a new UV light that I'm very happy with. UV Beast Mini. And this thing works like a champ. I don't know if I got anything down in there that'll glow other than a piece of paper. Not really. I don't think I have anything up there either. But yeah, got the UV Beast. And then we go over here after I'm done doing all my polishing and grinding and shaping and everything, and we come over here to the wrap-up area where I'm charging my new headphones, because, you know, gotta have music when I'm working on stuff. Got some beautiful blue tiger's eye that I'm working on a couple projects with and whatnot. And we got my little drawer of goodies. Little petrified wood, some beautiful sparkly stuff. Some garnet. That's pretty. A little bit of azurite. Just stuff that has been passed down to me from another lapidary artist that got out of the hobby and out of making stuff, so he passed it on to me. It's all mine now. I wonder if it glows under a black light. Let's find out. No. Does anything in there glow? No. Alright, enough playing with the black light. Alrighty. Well, let's get you flipped around here. And let's talk a little bit about shop safety. Need a drink first. Now, after we talk shop safety, I got a little surprise for you. A little project that I'll be working on, and hopefully you'll stick around for that, because it's a little bit near and dear to my heart. A good friend of mine asked me to complete the project, and I definitely plan to here soon once I learn a bit more about it. But shop safety is absolutely critical. Any number of these saws, if you have a segmented blade, or you're just generally not careful about it, they can hurt you, and they can hurt you bad. I've seen people get hurt more than once in my life, just by not being safe. Any one of these saws could turn around and bite me, and I ain't ready for it. Next thing you know, I'm going to the hospital. Missing a finger, missing a thumb. You never know. I could drop that lid for my slab saw on my fingers, bust open my knuckles, need stitches. I'm out of commission for 2 weeks. So safety is always, or should always be, a top concern from all of us. I don't always remember that every time I step into the shop, but it always kicks in shortly thereafter, and I eventually do remember, and I'm like, oh boy, what was I doing? That was stupid. But yeah, we need to be careful. I've talked to a couple people in the hobby that have been hurt lately. I know if you look at what happened to me minor, it may not be rock hunting related, but he got hit by a tree. It fell on him. It could have killed him. He's one of everybody's favorite rock hounds, and we all love him. We love watching his videos. We love, the content that he puts out. And if that tree would have went one way or the other a little bit too far, he wouldn't be around no more. So shop safety, field safety, it all comes together at the same thing. You got to be careful. And I don't want to hear about any of my friends in this hobby, or anybody in this hobby in general, whether I know them or not, being hurt. I actually care about everybody in this hobby, and it scares me to think that in the blink of an eye, any number of us could go out with an injury that's very severe or fatal. And it's stuff that weighs on my head. I don't know why, but that's just how I am. I don't know, I guess I'm kind of a realist when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah, please, everybody in this hobby, guys, girls, it don't matter, kids, please be safe. Always keep your eyes open, keep your head on a swivel, keep your hands in front of you, because you gotta always be careful with what you're doing. It's scary. It can be very scary if you're not careful. But enough of the sad stuff. I don't want to think about anybody getting hurt. I don't want to hear about anybody getting hurt, so don't do it. On to something a little more happy. My good friend Matt, that I've known for well over 20 years, probably since I was in middle school, probably as long as I've known my fiance, gave me a gift that kind of blew my mind a little. In this jar, and then another jar up here. We'll talk about that jar up there here in a minute. But in this jar, hopefully you guys will see little flickers of color. Because everything in this jar is opal. Precious opal. This is all out of Australia. Don't know specifically which mines. It's all random. But there's a lot of it. And I want to be working with it here once I learn a little bit more. Come on, camera. There we go. I'm going to be working with it once I learn a little bit more about how to work with opal. But he gave me a couple special pieces in here. Take that big old rubber stopper out of this very vintage test tube. And we'll talk about the two pieces that are in here, if I can ever get them out of here. Come on, cooperate. Get out. There we go. There's one. One more, let's go. There we go. Alright, put the stopper back in. Set that back up there where it came from. Grab a towel. I made a mess of myself because they were soaking in water, which I recently found out Australian opal doesn't need to soak in water. So that doesn't have to happen anymore. But this piece right here, let me change the direction of the light. I'm actually going to turn this around so I can turn the camera so you can hopefully see this a little better. See if we can't get some of this splash to come out to play. This opal has some absolutely amazing color in it. And I want to play with it. Now, my buddy Matt, his grandfather, gave him this opal, or he received it from his grandfather's estate or whatnot. But come on, Flash, cooperate. The color doesn't want to cooperate today for some reason. He received these opals from his grandfather, and he already has this one marked. If you can see the little line on it, to make a cabochon like this one. So I may make that exact cabochon. This one, he had already started to cut. And the flash in this thing is, whew, mind-blowing. Now, he started cutting the backside. I guess he was going to make a pendant or whatnot, but he kind of went a little too far and cut the color out of it. But this side, wow, look at that color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this puppy out on the back side here that's pretty much gone, and I believe there's a crack on the front side. I got to double check. I want to finish rounding out this oval, and this is going to become a ring once my buddy casts up the ring blank for it. And whoo-wee, is that pretty. Now this, I believe, is like 5 point some odd grams. This is like 2.4 grams. I'm going to cut about half the weight off of this one, but all that sparkle's going to stay. This one is going to explode with color once I get a polish on it. This one I'm keeping. This one I'm giving back. But yeah, that is an upcoming project. and so is this one. So hopefully everybody will stick around and keep an eye out for those, because they're on their way. But with that, I think we're going to wrap it up. And hope you enjoyed my tour and a little bit of shop safety talk. Got a little serious there for a little bit, but safety is a very serious thing. But in the end, I hope you all stay safe and everybody stays careful. And I love y'all, and I appreciate every single one of you. All at last check, it was 152 of you that are subscribed to me, and hopefully many more to come. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and call this video quits, and I think I'm gonna make me a cabochon out of something, probably some crazy lace or something crazy like that. And yeah, we're gonna call it a night, folks. Stay safe, and I'll see y'all again soon. Hey, maybe next time I'll have my teeth. Alrighty, folks, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Have a good night. Take care. Bye bye.